Yo guys, what's going on? My name's MKid75. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. It's Wednesday, my dudes. So we're gonna be doing. So it is a video day. So today's video topic that we are covering is what you see on screen now. PlayStation released this earlier via their social medias. They are finally enabling name changes for their users on the PlayStation Network. So we're going to read over this article and we're going to give some thought to this, because I do have a lot of thought on this, a lot of feedback as of right now. I know it's kind of entering beta stages of it, but let's go ahead and read, before I give you my thoughts. So, posted by Sid Schumann, Director of Social Media. Thank you, Sid. We're happy to announce that we will be soon beginning testing the long-awaited feature that will allow users to change their PlayStation Network ID from their PlayStation 4 system. The PlayStation Network ID change feature beta will be a part of the PlayStation Preview program and will become available to select users that have pre-registered as testers for previous PS4 software betas. So that would be me, amongst a couple other 1,000 users. During the preview program, you will be able to change your online ID as many times as you want. The first change is free, and changes after that will cost you $9.99 United States dollars. For PlayStation Plus members, it will cost you $4.99 US dollars and Canadian dollars. Strange that they have that as a standard set and not a dollar more in Canada. I guess inflation doesn't count. After the first change, changes to the online ID can be made through the settings menu or via the profile page of your PlayStation 4. When you change your online ID, you will have the option to display your previous ID with your new ID so your friends can recognize you. Once you decide to display your old ID or not, you won't be able to adjust this after completing the online ID change process. The feature is compatible with PS4 games originally published after April 1st, 2018. And a large majority of the most played PlayStation 4 games that were released before this date. However, please note that not all games and applications for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Vita systems are guaranteed to support online change, and users may occasionally encounter issues or errors in certain games. If for any reason you experience issues after changing your online ID, you can revert back to your original ID for free at any time. You will only be able to revert once during the preview program. Reverting back to your old ID will resolve most issues caused by the online ID changed. In addition, this feature officially launches a list of compatible games published before April 1st, 2018 will be provided on PlayStation.com for reference before you make a change. The preview program for this feature is scheduled to conclude at the end of November 2018. The full rollout of this feature to all PlayStation 4 users is planned for early 2019, so stay tuned for updates down the road. Okay, so cool. They're finally rolling this out, which is a big step for PlayStation. Before, they never did this. They never really got outside their tight, greedy corporate bubble. They're finally expanding their horizons, so that is a very, very good thing. Some issues that I have with this comes from right here. My first issue is this. I get why they're doing this. It's a smart business move. Many people like to change their usernames over time and over time. I get it. You're going to make a profit off of it. But it's not worth charging your members if they're paying $60 plus tax a month. It's not worth charging the PlayStation Plus members to have them change their ID over and over again. This might as well be a free thing for the PlayStation Plus users because they are paying the 60 plus tax US dollars a month. Now, overall, this should be a free thing. We know that Steam does it. And the way that Steam does it is that they have your base network name apply to everything, but you could change your alias as much as you want. So my base network name on Steam is _Blaze75, and I go by Astrid Nebula on Steam. I've changed my username probably about 4 or 5 times already, and they were all free. And it's changed my name in a lot of the titles. However, it hasn't changed in some titles due to developer applications needing to go off their own network. So realistically, this shouldn't be charged. The way that I would have honestly done this, since this does sound like an alias change, due to, where is it? Right here. So it sounds like they're doing the same thing Steam's doing, but charging for it. This should be free. Since all it does is basically change your alias. It doesn't sound like you are changing your overall network name, as my network name forever will be MKid75 in the PlayStation Network integrated that way, but I could change it over to Astrid Nebula or Kid. And that's just a display name. It's not actually changing your PlayStation Network ID. Truly changing it within the system. It's just displaying it differently to other users. So that's another problem that I have with this, is that if it's just an alias change, why not make it free? Some other problems that I have with this comes mainly from this large article right here. Games originally published after April 1st, 2018, and a majority of games, most played games prior to this date. So this is going to have compatibility issues with some of the lesser known titles. So say you played a lot of Destiny 2. Well, that's going to change your in-game name because that was a most played game. But say you played a lesser known multiplayer game. Well, you might have trouble having that changed over because it doesn't support it because it wasn't a well-played game. I think this should change for all games that have been developed on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Vita. Unless a developer had you create a username or a screen name within their own game that disallows you to do this. This could be just a developer issue right here, or it could be a PlayStation issue. We're going to take it as a PlayStation issue because this is how it's stated. So it should be changed across the entire board. Another issue that I have, if for any reason you experience issues with after changing your ID, you could revert back. Wait, hold on. Let's come back real quick. And users may occasionally encounter errors in certain games. After changing your ID, you can revert back to your original ID for free at any time. Reverting back to an old ID will resolve most issues caused by the change ID. Most. Okay. So, I know it's a beta, and it's going to be buggy. But they're already stating there's going to be problems with this name change. That there might be some features within the PlayStation Network that might not bode well toward a name change. And I think that's just the architecture of the network and the way it was built that doesn't allow name changes. But I want to know of the bug reports. I want to know the issues that they have encountered with this name change experience. Because they've already pretty much stated, yeah, there's going to be issues. And that kind of concerns me. Because that could be save file issues, that could be online access issues. Now saying it's an alias change that should be a non-factor, that shouldn't happen. But since it's still going into beta and still being tested out by the PlayStation Network, anything is realistically possible. I'm hoping this isn't possible or isn't a thing. But until there is a full tuned bug report about it, I don't know. A list of compatible games will be published before April 1st, 2018 on PlayStation.com for reference before you make the change. So that's good. They give you a list of games that, that are available, that are compatible with the name change so that you can make the change. But in all honesty, it should be all titles. And you shouldn't have a problem with making these changes. So the preview feature is only available for 1 month, which I disagree with. I think it should last to the end of the year. And the reason being is that most times big network features like this tend to be really buggy even after a month. So coming in early 2019, so that's January, February area, being relaunched only after a month of beta. Unless PlayStation Network engineers are like top notch, can figure out all the bugs within a month, this shouldn't be a month long. This should be at least 2, just to figure out all the kinks and whatnot. So I guess we're going to be expecting a lot of big architecture changes if we haven't already. So that's to be expected. Hopefully within those architecture changes, we could see some vast improvements to, security of the PlayStation Network. We could see, the name changes, obviously, but we could see some major steps toward a better PlayStation Network system. And maybe within this new architecture, it could allow cross-play with all player versus enemy games. So maybe, we could go into Destiny 2 and play with Xbox and PC, or we can hop into our Warframe with a couple buddies, So this is just me kind of being optimistic about this. So once again, I really hope that they don't charge us anything. I hope this is just a beta type thing. They don't need to be charging us anything for this, since all I'm seeing this is an alias change. I hope they do cover all games before and after April 1st. And I hope that the bug-related issues that they've clearly stated are going to be there aren't anything that's going to impede or affect online playability or online save features. So those are some of my biggest worries about this. I'm hopeful for it. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section, and we'll see you later. Adios.